Hi, and welcome to Always Eclectic Stacy. This is 5-minute chemistry where you learn chemistry concepts and see examples in 5 minutes or less. We're in our ionic compound series, and today we're taking a balanced compound and naming it. Today we're working with Cu₂O. So let's get balancing. Hi, today we're taking the compound Cu₂S and we're going to convert it into a name. So the first thing we have to do is determine if it's an ionic compound or a covalent compound. And we do that by looking at the two elements involved. Cu is a metal and S is a nonmetal. And we can remember that metals plus nonmetals are always ionic compounds. So we're going to name this like an ionic compound, which means we are not using the Greek prefixes. Now, the next thing we have to figure out is if this first element is a transition metal or one of those metals that act like a transition metal, like tin and lead. And copper is a transition metal, which means you do have to figure out the charge because it has multiple oxidation states, meaning it can have multiple potential charges based on which ion we're using. So we can still start the naming process, and I always start with the anion. So we're going to name the root of S, which is sulf, and then we're going to add ide, so it becomes sulfide. And then we're going to go ahead and name this element, because remember the first element in an ionic compound is a cation, meow meow, and the cation's just named with the full name of the element, so it's copper. And if it wasn't a transition metal, we'd be done right now, but we have to put the charge in Roman numerals. And there are two different ways of doing this, and I'll show you both. So we're going to go ahead and I'll do the equation one first, because right now my students are appearing to really enjoy this method, and it's an easy way of kind of showing it. And I'll show you the reverse LCM. So we have Cu₂S. We're going to go ahead and make it. So we know it's a copper, and we do not know the charge, and we're adding that to sulfur. And we know sulfur has a charge of 2, minus is in column 16. And for doing ionic compounds, you always base the determination of the charge on the anion or the polyatomic, because they never change. So this 2 here becomes the coefficient over here, because you need 2 of these, and there's one S, so there's one S here. So you need 2 of these plus 1 of these to equal a balanced compound. So now we can think 2 times what will give me a 2, and that's going to be a 1 plus. You can also figure out it's a reverse crisscross. It helps you. So this 2 goes here and up there. This 1 goes here and up there. So it is a reverse crisscross. That is the equation method. Okay, now I'm going to set up the reverse LCM, and this is going to be all based on the anion. So with every LCM, you're just going to put the element that we're working on, or the polyatomic, or the compound out here. We're going to start with sulfur. So this has a charge number of 2, and there's 1 of them. This is written 1 time. So that gives me my charge number times my subscript, or the amount of them. It's going to give me my LCM of 2. We're going to go ahead and bring this up, and we're going to go ahead and reverse it, as in, because the LCMs have to be the same, it's going to help us figure out this charge number. There are 2 coppers, so we put 2 there. So the charge is what has to make this true, and that is a charge of 1, because 1 times 2 equals 2. So we figured it out here, so we're going to go ahead and put a capital I for a Roman numeral 1 in that parentheses. Thank you so much for watching Always Eclectic Stacy. If you like this content, please go ahead and check out some of our other videos, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day.